Afternoon, Chef here. Trust you good, trust you well. That's the standard opening, but genuinely mean it. If you've been following me on my Facebook page today, obviously you would have noticed that I've been doing some reading, and I've spent a lot of time. What time is it now? Best part of 6 hours reading and listening to similar people in a similar kind of job role. And when you read, a lot of things kind of, it ticks a lot of boxes and it resonates. And things drop in and drop out throughout the day, and you think, you know what, that's so true, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. And one of the things that I noted today, and I felt it was really important, was about expression, and how to being expressionate is an outward sign of how confident that you are. And if we go back 2 or 3 years ago, when I was climbing the ladder of my former corporate self, I was recognised as somebody who was very engaging. I was recognised as somebody who could spread a message and get people on board. So I was basically bought out, and then I got a role regarding the health and safety culture of the business and making sure, and most importantly, that everybody got home safe and sound. That was the key message, but it was how it was delivered. And previous people have tried, and the culture was atrocious, and there were accidents left, right and centre, and people weren't taking any notice, let alone turning up to these morning meetings. But what they recognised in me was the fact that I was engaging. And how do I mean by engaging? Not only I had knowledge, I had a great deal of knowledge of the subject, like I have a great deal of knowledge of what I talk about now, but how I engaged with people. And ultimately it led to success in the business and turning around the safety culture, etc., etc. But what I did notice, and what resonated with me today upon reading about this, was when I was at my lowest ebb, and we all know, as I keep saying, we all know what happened to Shafiq and his breakdown and everything else. See, I automatically get nervous because I play in my hair when I do that, which is not a good thing. It happened. It's a learning journey. But when I was at my lowest ebb, those meetings that I would have in the morning, rather than be the engaging self, the guy who had the eye contact, the guy who looked around, who called people's names out just to make them feel part of it, the guy who would go into the warehouse and say, okay, meeting, we need everybody, all that stuff. That guy hid away. And an outward sign of myself was the fact that my shoulders would drop, and my octane, my voice would quieten down, and I would kind of slowly breathe, and I would be telling people about the shocking day we had the day before, but in this manner, in this demeanour. And basically it was a manifestation of my breakdown. The fact that I'd gone from, okay, so shoulders up, arm out, chest out, octane up, expressionate, to that lower person. And I would want to hide away. And we talk about like attracts like. And it's so true. That downturn in my personality, my persona, my confidence, because I was outwardly affected by everything that was coming in at me, not only resonated in my kind of mental health, my mental state of mind, the lack of confidence up here, but it completely and utterly destroyed the person that I am now, the person that hopefully that I'm engaging with, the person that you think, you know what, that Shafiq's all right. He tends to talk from the heart. He tends to talk from common sense. That person was not here. That person was a distant memory. That person had been destroyed. So what did I do? The most important thing is belief. The most important thing is to not let yourself be affected. The most important thing is all the time to realise that like attracts like. You could be having a rubbish day. You could have had some bad news, but you know what? Don't dwell on it, because it'll just come back at you. Don't let outside influences affect the moment that you have now. Don't give negative feelings, negative emotions, the emotion. I keep saying, don't allow it to get hold of you. Do not allow it to get hold of you. Who has the right to affect Shafiq from being who he is now to where he was? God, it's painful to think who I was. God, it's painful. Is that the children back? No. Absolutely not. Nobody has the right. You have the right to take control. You have the right to make your own destiny. You have the right to stand there, to stand tall, to chest out, to be confident. You know something, each and every one of you. Now, there is no argument against this. You have a knowledge, a specific knowledge. You have a knowledge of something that is a lot more knowledgeable than I would be. So you can talk about it. You can learn the expression itself. You can learn the confident you by banging on about. It could be your Cocker Spaniel and the breeds. It could be about your peonies in the garden. It could be about, the Chinese calendar. It could be about a language. It could be about, a collection you had as a child of Star Wars figures. And it could be anything. It could be the episodes of Some Mothers to Have Them. But you have the absolute belief and absolute confidence that you can talk about that like Shafiq's talking about that now. And that straight away brings you up. It gives you an adrenaline rush. It gives you just a great feeling that nobody can take that away from you. So, turn it down, Shafiq. Work it yourself, little bit by little bit. Yeah. Remember that there are signs that you can recognise, and if you see those signs, which I fail to see, but I do when I've taken myself away, then pull yourself away from it. Don't become a victim of other people's uncertainty. Don't become a victim of other people's doubt. That is their doubt, remember, their doubt. That could be a relationship you're in. That can be a family circumstance that you're in. That could be employment that you're in. That could be in a team that you're in. All the children are back. So don't become a victim of other people's doubts. And we'll end on that. Take control. Take charge. Lots of love. I'll blog you tomorrow. All the best. Bye now. Cheers.